Okay. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to our class. How are you today? How are you, Diego?
Hi, teacher. Good evening. Well, I'm fine.
Okay, pretty good. Nice to listen to you, Diego. Thank you for coming. What about you, Rodrigo? How are you today?
Good teacher, I'm fine, thank you.
Great. Thank you for coming. Evelyn, how are you today?
I'm good. Good
Okay.
evening.
Good evening. That's nice. Okay, thank you for coming. Ele, how are you today?
Hello, teacher. A good day.
Well,
It's a good
that's
day.
something good. So you had a great day. Thank you for coming to the class, Ele. Hello, Sandra. How are you today?
My day is very good.
Okay, good. Thank you for coming, Sandra. And we also have Rodrigo today. Sorry, Francisco. Francisco, how are you today?
Good evening, teacher. It
Hi.
was a good day for me today.
Okay, that's something really good. Well, Francisca, thank you for coming to the class. Everybody, thank you for coming on time to our class. Well, in today's class, guys. It's a pleasure to be with you again, and I hope you are ready. Okay, we have to start with our classes. Just before we start with the activities, guys. Well, let's remember that yesterday we were talking about request. Remember that we learned and practiced a little bit about 3 models for request. Do you remember what are the models that we studied?
We studied can, could, would.
Very good. We studied could, would, and can. Remember that there is a slight difference between would, could, and can. Would and could, remember that they are, we could say, guys, that they are a polite request, okay? They don't need to use please. Well, it's optional if we use please or not, but when we use can, we always have to use please to make our question or to sound more polite, right? Very good. In this opportunity, guys, as you see, we have 4 examples of request. Today, guys, we will practice how to answer to this request, right? Let's practice the first question that we have. Let me see. For example, can you close the window? What can you answer to that question? I'm really sorry, guys. Let's see, Evelyn, tell me, how can you answer to that question? Can you close the window, please?
Yes, of course.
Okay, nice. Thank you. Now, Evelyn, ask this question to another person, please.
Diego, would you carry this for me, please?
Okay, no problem.
Okay, pretty good, Diego. Thank you. Now, Diego, practice one of these questions with another person.
Okay. Sandra, could you lend me $50?
Sandra, hello. Okay, maybe she's having troubles to answer right now. Oh, yes, she's here.
Yes,
Hello, Sandra. Diego, could you repeat again your
yes,
question?
of course.
Oh, thank you, Sandra. Let's see. Right now, Sandra, practice one of these questions with another person.
Could you help me with my homework?
The questions for
For?
Evelyn, for Ele, for Francisco, for Rodrigo.
Francisco, would you help me with my homework?
Of course, I would do it. When I finish my homework, I
Okay,
will
good.
help you.
Good, Francisco. When you finish, then you can help. Okay, that's good. Francisco, practice one of these questions with another person. Go ahead.
Okay. Ele, you are a millionaire. Could you lend me $50, bro?
I couldn't not money. It's the moment.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I can't manage in the moment.
okay, I
Excuse
feel
me,
you.
man.
I feel you. Okay. Well, well done, Ele. I like your answer. Okay, I like your answer. Now, can you ask one of these questions to another person, please?
¿Quién falta? What the meaning?
Oh, you
Sandra?
can ask any of them. But I think Rodrigo, he didn't
Okay,
participate.
Rodrigo. Okay, Rodrigo. Rodrigo, would you carry this for me, please?
Yes, I can, Ellen.
Nice.
Sigo con el imagen. ¿O no?
Yes, continue.
Okay. Can you close the window, please, Diego?
Yes, of course.
Very good. Okay, thank you, guys. All of you practice, well, different questions, but as you can see, guys, we are using the models for request. We use can, we use could, or would, okay? Remember, we can create different requests, different favors. In this case, guys, I brought some examples that some of them are common. For example, guys, the last one, this is a common favor that you can ask for on the WhatsApp group, right? On the WhatsApp group, sometimes we have problems with some activities on the platform. So we can say, would you help me with my homework, guys? I am stuck in this activity. So guys, we can practice our English in different contexts, but in this case, we are practicing in asking favors, right? Well, everybody, we will continue. Remember that our yesterday's class was about request. Today, everybody, we continue talking about request. Why? Because even though we studied 3 models that we have or that we can use to answer or to make requests, there are also, guys, some other structures that we can use to talk about requests, right? So let's pay attention, everybody. Let's make a very quick review about the models for request. Please, dun, 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 dun. Okay. In this opportunity, Ellie, help me reading just the first model number 1.
Okay. Would. Polite. Would you please turn on the light?
Okay, thank you. That's great. As you can see in the parentheses, guys, this model is polite. Whenever we use would, everybody, we mean to say, or we mean that we want to be polite, okay? Then we have the second modal. Please, Sandra, what is the second modal that we have?
Sorry, no answer.
what
Repeat,
is-
please.
Oh, what is the second model?
Okay. Could you please bring me more coffee?
Very good. As you see, guys, well, yesterday I told you that we can use please in any part of the question. It can be at the beginning. Please, would you turn on the light? In the middle, would you please turn on the light? Or it can be at the end of the question. Would you turn on the light, please? Could you please bring me more coffee? Could you bring me more coffee, please? So we can use please in any part of the question, at the beginning, in the middle, or at the end. Something that we have to refresh from yesterday class is that would and could have the same degree of politeness. Both of them are polite. So if we use would and could, guys, we mean to be polite. For example, if you talk to your supervisor or to a person that is in a higher level than you, talking about job, also, guys, we can use it to talk to a person that we don't know. So, for example, to a stranger, or to talk to someone we are not confident with. Then, guys, we have the last modal. Please, Rodrigo, help me with the last example, number 3.
Can, that is less polite. Can I borrow your book?
Nice job. As you can see, could and would have the same level of politeness. Then, guys, can is not that polite. It's less polite, but it's a common expression that we use to ask for favors. Can I borrow your book? Can I go to drink water? For example, if you're in a class, sometimes we use can I borrow your book? Can I go to drink water? Well, in the example that we use it's may I go to the bathroom, which is another way to ask for something. But these are the common modals that we can use. Also, guys, there is another modal, but in this case, it is an expression that we can use to ask for favors. After this short and very quick review, we can continue, guys, with our model for today. Today, everybody, we have to practice the use of would you mind? Would you mind? Okay, let's continue with this part and pay attention to Francisco. Can you help me reading, please?
Okay. Would you mind? It is used to make a polite request. Would you mind plus verb, ing plus complement. Would you mind handing me my glasses, please? Ways to answer. Absolutely not. Sorry, I can't.
Nice. Okay, thank you for reading. As you can see, guys, it looks simple. Actually, it is simple, but there are some important things we have to remember when we use would you mind. First of all, guys, remember that, well, as it says, everybody, it is used to make a polite request. I could say, everybody, that would you mind is the most polite expression that we can use to ask for favors. If we use would you mind, everybody, we mean to be very polite. Then, everybody, I could say that if we use only would and could, it's polite, okay? Would you mind is really polite, is very polite. Then would and could is polite, or they are polite. And can, everybody, it's not polite, but it's a common model that we use, okay? That's something we have to remember. If we have some levels or degrees of politeness, we could say that can is not very polite. Would and could are polite. And would you mind is very polite, extremely polite. This is something we have to remember, guys. The first thing. The second thing we have to remember about the use of would you mind is that we always use would you mind, everybody, with a verb in ing. Look at the example. Would you mind handing me my glasses? Handing. Or we could say, instead of using handing, we could say passing. They are the same at the end, everybody. They have the same meaning. Pass or hand. Would you mind handing me my glasses, please? Would you mind passing me my glasses, please? As you can see, after the verb mind, we always have to use another verb in ing. Okay? You know, would is a modal. That's why in this opportunity, we are not going to study a new modal. We are going to study a polite expression. Would you mind? Would you mind plus a verb in ing, as you can see in this example. Something or another thing we have to remember when we answer or when we use a would you mind question, everybody. In this case, we use opposite answers. For example, guys, would you mind passing me my glasses? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It means, everybody, that your answer is positive. So you can do that favor. You will help that person. Would you mind doing my homework? Absolutely not. It means, everybody, that you can do it. You are in the possibility and you will help that person with that favor. Okay? That's why I told you guys that our answer shows I'm sorry. Our answer shows an opposite idea. If I say absolutely not, it means that you can do that favor. But if we use a different answer, guys, for example, would you mind handing me my glasses, please? I could say, for example, certainly. Certainly. Okay? It has, everybody, a negative meaning. So it means, everybody, that I can't do it. That's why we have the other option on the ways to answer, guys, and we have, sorry, I can't. In that case, we are direct or we go straight to the point that we are not able to do it. And we are using a negative answer. But in this case, everybody, we can use some positive, well, I could say positive answers, but the meaning will be negative. Why? Before we continue, I want to ask you, what is the meaning of mind? Or what is the definition of mind? Evelyn, what do you think? What is the definition or the meaning of mind?
I don't know. It's similar to, I don't know, important. I don't know how to say.
Well,
Mente.
well, that was a good way to say it. It means, as Evelyn said, if you care about something or you don't care about something. For example, if you care about something, it means that maybe you will, this favor will bother you, or you will feel kind of angry if you do it, if you do this favor. Or, as I said, if you answer absolutely not, it means that it is not a problem for you to do this favor, right? Mind at the end shows if you have a problem with this or you don't have a problem with this favor. That's why, everybody, we answer in an opposite way. If I answer absolutely not, I mean that, well, I don't have any problem. I don't have any problem. As you see, negative. I don't have any problem. But if I use certainly, I have a problem. It means that I have a problem, right? This is something we have to remember, guys. And three little things that that are important at the moment of using would you mind. Yes, Elle, do you have a question?
Certainly is basically in Spanish y claro que no.
Not really.
O similar.
Not
O
really.
no hay claro, con gusto, o sea, o es no, claro, no hay problema. Entonces, it's similar.
Let's see. Remember that certainly it's a positive answer. Okay, certainly it's a positive answer. Why did I say that it's negative? Because the meaning, when we use would you mind, the meanings are opposite. For example, I can say absolutely not. If I use, for example, would you pass me my glasses? Would you pass me? Absolutely not. It means, everybody, that I can't do that favor. If I use would you pass me? But in this case, we mean if you have a problem. Would you mind mean if you have a problem doing this favor or not? If you answer absolutely not, it means that you don't have a problem, right? You don't have any problem doing this favor. But if you answer and absolutely not, as you know, has a negative meaning. Well, when we use would you mind, it has a positive meaning. So the meaning is the opposite, right? Or we want to give the opposite idea. And certainly, guys, it's a positive answer. But if we answer in affirmative form, when we are talking or when we are using would you mind, the meaning will be negative. So it means I will change these words. If I answer, for example, absolutely not, when we use would you mind, it means I don't have any problem. I don't have any problem. But if I use everybody certainly or any positive answer, it means that I have a problem with it. Okay? So as you see, everybody, these are some little things that we have to remember at the moment we use would you mind. Remember that would you mind is most likely to be used when we talk to someone or when we want to talk really, or when we want to sound really polite or very polite, right? That's why it's important to know this, but it's more common to use would, could, or can, depending on the person you are talking to. Okay, Elle?
Yeah, okay. It's more clear, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we can continue right now, everybody, with our next slide. Let's see. Okay, another structure, guys, that we can use in this case, we will also use mind. As you see, we are using the structure of simple present. Okay, let's see. Everybody pay attention to Sandra. Sandra, can you help me reading, please?
Do you mind? Do you mind blows bear ing blows complement? Do you mind smoking somewhere else? Ways to answer. I am afraid I cannot. Not at all.
Not at all. Very good. Okay, as you see in
Not
this,
at all.
excellent, good, great fluency. As you see over here, we follow the same rules that we learned in the first part, in the first structure. Would you mind? We follow the same structure. We use mind, then we have to use a verb in ing, okay? This is another expression that we can use, and it's very polite. We could say that would you mind and do you mind have the same degree of politeness. And as you can see over here, we also have this exercise. Do you mind smoking somewhere else? Now, guys, remember, if we express a positive idea, guys, the meaning can be negative. For example, guys, in this case, we have a negative answer. Not at all. It means, everybody, that I don't have any problem going to another place and smoke over there, right? But in this case, guys, we can say, I don't know. For example, yes, it does. So it means, everybody, that I have a problem with the favor you ask for or with your request. That's why, everybody, it is important to know these structures to avoid making a mistake answering these kind of questions. For example, I can say, would you help me with my homework? And you can say, sure, I can. Or you can say, guys, I'm afraid I can't. Okay. Or you can say, not at all. And it means, everybody, that you will not help me, of course. But if I use, would you mind helping me with my homework? In that case, everybody, I mean to say, if you tell me, sure, it means that you can't do it or you don't want to help. If you say not at all, it means that you can help me, that you are willing to help me with my homework. Okay, remember, even though the words that we use show negative or affirmative ideas, the meaning when we use would you mind and do you mind can be the opposite, okay? This is something really important, guys, that we have to remember at the moment of making request. Remember, there are different structures. We learned about 5 different structures. It depends on you guys and on the person you are talking to, which one are you are going to use, okay? Now we can move to our next part. Well, this is about, oh, let's see, before we continue, Diego, what's your question?
Yes, I have a question. So do you mind and would you mind is the same meaning?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Good. Okay, now guys, we have this information about do you mind and would you mind. These structures, guys, are not very common. Let me tell you this before we continue, guys. These structures are not very common that people use, okay? But it's important to know, guys, because it's possible for you to find this in books in English. Maybe it will be common in emails in English, in letters. That's why, guys, it is important to have the whole information about this topic. So let's continue with this, everybody, and pay attention to Diego. Okay, Diego, help me reading this information about do you mind and would you mind?
Okay. Using if for request. Another way to use would you mind and do you mind is by using if plus complement. Do you mind plus if plus simple present question mark. For example, do you mind if I take a piece of cake? And would you mind plus if plus simple past question mark. For example, would you mind if I took a piece of cake?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I was having troubles. Well, as you can see over here, everybody, we have, give me a second. Okay, as you can see over here, we have the same question. Do you mind if, would you mind if? What is this, the single difference that we find in these two structures? As you can see over here, what is the difference, guys?
Uh, they, they, they use the simple present in
Excellent.
in is no use the ing.
Okay, very good. In this case, everybody, first of all, guys, there is something that they have in common, and is the use of if. Remember, guys, in this case, when we use if, the question, of course, is, well, all of these questions, guys, are yes, no questions. Would you mind, ing, do you mind, ing, they are yes, no questions. When we use if, everybody, it is still a yes, no question, but something is different in the two structures. When we use do you mind, everybody, if we have to use after that a sentence in simple present. Sentence, not question, sentence. Do you mind if I take a piece of cake? Do you mind if I take a piece of cake? As you see, everybody, we are using a sentence in simple present. Then, guys, in the second example, we have, would you mind if, but pay attention to it. After the use of if, we need to create a sentence in simple past. We don't say I take, we say I took a piece of cake, right? So, do you have any question about this?
Yes, I have a doubt, teacher.
What's your question, Francisco?
Okay, my question is, when we use would you mind plus simple past, it's like a hypothetical situation. When with the example, well, that's example. Would you mind if I took a piece of cake? Is a like hypothetical, right?
When we use, would you mind?
No, when we use a simple past, would you mind if I took a piece of cake? It's supposed to say, ¿te importaría si tomara una pieza de cake? It's like
I like your
hypothetical, right?
translation. I like your translation, Francisco, but yes, you are right. Actually, when we are talking about would you mind if in simple past, we try to say, or we mean that is there a problem if I take, as you mentioned, Francisco, we are talking about a hypothetical situation. This is not real, or at least I'm not going to do it, but it can show that maybe it can cause a problem, right? If we use do you mind, do you mind if I take a piece of cake, for example, it doesn't sound like a big problem. But if we use would you mind, maybe it can be kind of, or it can cause something bad happen, okay?
Okay.
But as I said before, guys, these structures are not common, at least not in the everyday English that we have. But it is good to know, guys, if you if by any chance, guys, you go and work at a call center or another place in which you practice your English, so you know, maybe in letters, emails, or something related, guys, you will find some of these examples, and it will help you a lot, guys, to continue practicing. Now, any other question, guys? No questions about this? Well, guys, if you don't have any other, if you don't have
For
questions, guys.
example, they use the
Oh, yes. Tell me, Ale.
one example for the use if you do you mind if do you mind if past simple present is the moment. For example, do you mind use the bus? Oh, no. What is the equivalent the similar in simple past or the more convenient?
Oh, actually, as you can see,
No me queda claro.
so what is the difference between do you mind and would you mind?
Yeah, I confused in the idea I
Oh.
don't clear out more the idea they use the do you mind would you like
Oh, don't worry,
excuse me.
Ele. Actually, they have, don't worry, okay, don't worry. We are over here to learn English, and that's why it is really good for us to ask as many questions as possible. Okay? Actually, they have the same meaning. The only difference that they have is the structure. Yeah. Okay, so they have the same meaning. If we use do you mind or would you mind, there isn't any problem. There isn't any problem. The only situation that we have to pay attention to is the structure. If we use do you mind if, then we use simple present. If we use would you mind if, then we use simple past, and they have the same meaning. The only difference is the structure, okay?
Okay.
Good.
I
Okay,
think
guys.
so they use the rail the rule. I think so the rule they use a specific rule.
Oh, yes, they have specific rules,
Thank
but
you.
don't worry, guys. As you see, they have the same meaning. The only the single difference they have, as I said before, is they have to follow rules. But pay attention to it, guys. One thing that can help you a lot to identify if we have to use simple present or simple past after if is this one. If we have the auxiliary for simple present do, then we have to use a sentence in simple present. But if we are using the modal verb would, then everybody, we have to use simple past. This is something we have to remember, guys, and that can help you a lot to identify if the correct answer is simple present or simple past. Okay? This is a tip that can help you guys even with the next activity. So right now, everybody, we will move to our practice time. As you know, everybody, we have to practice the request in different contexts. But now, guys, let's read some examples. Okay. Well, to start, guys, let's practice do you mind versus do you mind. Okay, choose the correct form of the verb with would you mind or do you mind. Pay attention to our exercises, guys, to our examples. We have 10 sentences. Okay, as you see, there are 2 answers per each question. Okay, so you have to tell me what is the correct answer. Today you are 6 people, so we will complete together the first 6. Oh, sorry, we will complete together the first exercise. Then you will do 1 example per person, and the last 3 examples will be done by all of us, right? For example, remember the structures, guys, and tell me, which is the correct word? Fixing or fix? What do you think?
Fixing.
Fix.
Fixing, fix, Evelyn, fix, fix. Okay.
Fix.
Why?
Fixing.
Let's see. I have 2 people with the same answer and the
Fixing.
others. Okay, fixing. Let's see. I want to listen to Diego because he was the first one to answer. Diego, why do you think fixing is the correct answer?
Well, following the structure, just do you mind? Because we are not using if.
Ah, good. Okay, that's a good point. Thank you, Diego. Now, guys, Diego mentioned something really important, and it's that we are using do you mind, not do you mind if. Now, after this, after this short comment that Diego said, what do you think is the right answer? Fixing or fix?
Fixing.
Fixing.
Fixing. Okay, very good. The first one, everybody, is fixing. Okay, do you mind fixing the broken chair? Okay, remember, do you mind? Would you mind? ING. Do you mind if? Simple present. Would you mind if? Simple past. Okay, let's move to the next exercises, guys, and we will work in this way. Example 2 will be for Sandra. Okay, Sandra. Example 3 will be for Francisco. Francisco. Very good. The next exercise, number 4, is going to be for Rodrigo. Rodrigo. Then example 5, everybody, is going to be for Evelyn. Evelyn. Okay, good. Then we will listen to Ele, and Diego will be the last one. Okay, example 7 will be for Diego. Okay, I will show you the answers. Guys, tell me, what do you think is the correct? Sandra, what is the correct example number 2?
Number 2.
Yes. Yes, number 2. What is the right answer? Didn't join or don't join?
Don't join.
Okay, can you read the complete question, please?
What do you mean?
Would you mind?
What do you mean? I don't join you tonight.
Okay, thank you. Let's continue with Francisco. Okay, Francisco, you are my third, sorry, you are my volunteer for example number 3. What is the correct question?
Do you mind if I stayed with you tonight?
Stayed. Like this?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Stayed.
Do you mind if I stayed with you tonight? Okay, thank you, Francisco. Let's see. Let's continue with number 4. Rodrigo, what is the complete question? What is the full question?
The full question is I think it's paint.
We have painting and painted. So what do you think?
Is paint.
Oh, but we have painting and painted. So what is the right answer?
Yes, it's paint. Painted.
Painted.
Yes.
Okay, can you read the full question?
Yes. Would you mind if I paint the fences?
Very good. If I painted the fences, okay, that was good. Thank you. Let's continue. Evelyn, number 5.
Taking. Do you mind taking my car to the service?
Pretty good. Okay, thank you, Evelyn. Let's continue with Elle. Elle, example 6. What do you think?
The option, teacher.
Oh yeah, I'm really sorry, I forgot.
Okay, I think so. Would you mind facing the salt?
Passing me like this?
Passing. Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you, Elle. That was nice. And well, Diego, you are my volunteer in example 7. Tell me, what is the correct question?
Do you mind if I don't come early tomorrow?
Okay, very good. Do you mind if I don't come early tomorrow? Okay, thank you, Diego. Now, everybody, we have to complete example 8, 9, and 10. Okay? In this opportunity, guys, what are we going to do? Please write, give me a second, please. What's happening? Okay. Okay. In this opportunity, guys, please write what is the correct answer on the chat over here on Zoom. Okay. Over here. Great. Over here. Now, guys, would you mind? What is the right answer? Sending or sent? Please write your answer on the chat. I have Evelyn and Elle's answer, Diego's answer, Francisco's answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's see. Well, I have everybody. I have, oh, Evelyn said sending. Okay, so all of you said sending. Good job. Now, number 9. Do you mind if you, what is the right answer? Turned or torn? Let's see. Oh, Sandra's sending. Okay, good. So Rodrigo says torn, Ele turned, Francisco torn. Well, I have 2 people says in present and 2 people in past. Diego said the verb is in present. So everybody, we will write the verb in present. Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3 people. Let's see. Oh, Evelyn changed her answer, so it's in present. Okay, so we will keep it on in present. Now the last one. Would you mind Daniel's watching or Daniel's watch? Let's see. I have watching. Let's see. Oh, 4 people says watching. Okay. So very good. Now, guys, you have, in this moment, you have 10 seconds to check if all the exercises are correct, okay? If you want to make any correction, let me know. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 2. Any correction, everybody?
The second one is incorrect.
It's incorrect. So what is the correct sentence? What is the correct question?
Didn't join.
Okay, would you mind if I didn't join you tonight? Okay, thank you. Number
Yes,
3.
number 3.
Number 3, okay, Evelyn told me on the chat that the right answer is stay. Do you mind if I stay with you tonight? Okay. Any other correction, guys? No more corrections? Okay, time's over. 3, 2, 1, let's check. Hey, everybody, you got a 10 out of 10. So perfect. That's for you, everybody. You did an amazing job. And you have 10 answers out of 10. Well, at the first time, everybody, we have these two, we got confused with these two exercises. Just remember, guys, one tip I gave you. If we use do, then the verb is in present, okay? If we use would, then the structure, everybody, it's going to be in simple past, okay? Remember this tip I gave you, everybody, for you to create and to answer the sentences in the correct way, okay? I congratulate all of you guys because you, first of all, you told me excellent answers. And then everybody, you make great corrections. So I have to tell you guys, you did it really good. Okay, now guys, we have to move to our next activities. Before we go, guys, well, first of all, guys, let me tell you, thank you for your practice, because I have seen that you are working on the platform. Most of you are doing an amazing job working on the platform. I just want to invite you guys to continue working hard. Remember that on Friday, we should have, give me a second. On Friday, we should have 50% of progress, okay? 50% of progress. It means, everybody, that, well, yesterday, I guess yesterday, guys, we had to finish with 25% of the percentage of the, or progress of the activities. But for this Friday, guys, or Saturday morning, you should finish with 50% of the activities. Remember, guys, this week, we are going to have classes from Monday to Friday, just this week, okay? It means, everybody, that after the last class that we will have on Friday, we go to holidays, so 1 week, guys, and then, guys, we continue our classes on August, I don't remember, August 7th, okay? We continue classes on August 7th after the last class on Friday. Remember, Friday is our last, it will be our last class. And then we continue our classes on August 7th, okay? Before we go today, guys, let me show you what is our homework. To keep working on the platform, guys, I'm giving you specific activities to do for tomorrow. Please, guys, continue with activity 2.2, which is a video about would you mind? And try to finish or stop on activity 2.3.2, asking for a favor, which is a conversation, okay? In all these activities, guys, we will practice, well, today's topic and also yesterday's topic, okay? Try to practice, guys, keep doing your best, and don't forget, you are great, and you're amazing, guys, and you are capable. So this is all for today, guys. I'm so happy to end this class and that all of you understood what we did. I just want to wish you a good night, everybody, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, teacher. Have a good night, teacher.
Thank you, teacher. Bye-bye.
Thank
See
you.
you tomorrow, teacher. Good night. Thank
See you
you.
tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.
Tomorrow.